Welcome back to the next part, whatever, part 25, whatever this is now. The Mutt, the Truggy, the Ford Ranger build. Here we are. Last video, finished knocking out basically all the rest of the chassis work. Transmission is in, doublers in, transfer case, shifters, drive shafts, anti-wrap bar, all the cross members, everything underneath the truck, pretty much checked off the list. So now we're basically down to finishing the wiring, which I've done a lot of wiring on both ends of the truck. Taillight harnesses, fuel pump harness, engine stuff. It just all needs to be married in the middle of the truck where a lot of it comes out of the cab floor. I didn't have that done because I didn't know what kind of grinding, cutting, and welding I'd be doing to finish the other stuff with the transmission. So that's all done now. So now I can finally go ahead and put all that wiring together. Same goes for the plumbing for the brakes. Anyway, let's jump into show you what I've been doing for the last 4 days. I've got a little bit of a head start on this video, and let's take a look at it. Alright, so in the last couple days, I went ahead and I knocked out some stuff that I just didn't get around to filming. I just came out here and just wheels in motion, man. So I got the fuel system on the truck completely done. Fuel lines ran from the fuel tank all the way to the engine compartment. Fuel filters mounted. I have some of the fuel lines wrapped in DEI high temp heat shield. Fuel pressure regulator, fuel pressure gauge, all that's done. I'll just give you a quick little overview on what that looks like here, and move on to the next thing. So under the hood, got the Aeromotive regulators on. I've got a old Autometer mechanical fuel pressure gauge. Fuel lines basically run from the metal, the factory Fox body metal fuel lines. They run down, kind of end up down by the oil pan, and then from there I have the plastic lines hooked up. They run over here. You can barely even see it. You can kind of see right there. Fuel lines are in there. That's a DEI thermal barrier heat wrap. And then underneath the truck looks like this. So underneath the truck, you can see there's the fuel lines, a feed and the return, clamp to the frame rails. Everything's routed up out of the way nice and neat. Fuel filter in a nice accessible area. Then it all just basically runs back to the factory gas tank up to the stock sending unit. There is a Walbro high pressure 255 pump in that gas tank. So, and like I said in the wiring, there's the fuel pump wire harness. Some of the other tail light harnesses are up there. There's the harness for my chase light. And then here's the harness that needs to go to it to connect to it. So just got to put all those together. And then just got some minor things like the rock lights underneath here need to be mounted up and wired. I have my plug for the O2 sensor for the computer. And here's the wire for the gas gauge too. So gotta get those wrapped up and moving along. So out back here, all the lighting is now wired and tested. Everything's working. I got the tail lights. Those are on weather pack connectors on both sides. So again, if I ever need to remove the bed from this chassis, everything is designed to be unbolted, unplugged, and I can pull this bed right off. So the lighting that attaches to the cage is all on weather packs. Wire harness, kind of hard to see what I did, but it's all routed there inside the frame rail. Some of it dropped down there. So like I said, just got to get up here, get all that connected. Here's all the rock lights that need to go on the truck. Probably start mounting those up today. Those should be pretty easy. So that's where I'm at as of right now. That doesn't look like much, but that's like 4 days of work there, so let's get moving. So moving under the hood, got the intake finally all bolted on. So that's all done. I got all the vacuum lines hooked up for the power brakes, fuel pressure regulator, map sensor. That's all done. And while I was doing it, I went ahead and I hooked up the new JB Custom Fab hand throttle. So that is this cable here. It's a really long cable. I just routed it around the engine base, just attached here with the zip tie. I made a little bracket to come right off one of my alternator bolts. That little clamp comes with the kit, so it's attached there. And just had to get a little bit creative down on this end. But I got their little fitting that clamps onto the cable. They give you that little chain link piece there. Fits onto their fitting, and then I just popped out the grommet here. That would be for like the TV cable on an automatic Mustang. It's basically a couple zip ties around their fitting, and there it is. It's all attached. Works pretty good. I'll show you inside what it looks like. So there it is. Basically, you just twist it to raise the throttle. Push a button to release it. I'll show you that looks like from the outside. Okay, so now I turn the throttle by hand. That'll give me more throttle than I'll ever need to do by hand. And when I'm done, I just press the center button and it releases. Alright, so today, more wiring, of course. So what I got here, I got the switch panels, some for the center console, and I got the one for the center stack and the dash. I've already got everything. I got ground wires ran, hooked up, power wires ran from the little power distribution block on the top of the transmission tunnel. Everything's plugged in. So I have spade connectors for all those connectors. The horn, and then the outputs to all the lights, they're all going to be on weather packs. So I can take any of these panels out, unplug everything, move it aside, do what I got to do. If I got to take stuff apart, so no cutting the wires, or just a matter of just unplugging stuff. So I got my weather pack kit here. I'm just going to go ahead and put together some of these. It's pretty easy once you understand how the tool works. And I can't lie, that did take me a minute to figure out. I was a little confused. Not a whole lot of information out there on how to do these properly. So you just got the wires stripped back using the right gauge fittings for the gauge of wiring that you're using. Like I said, the right tool. And we're going to go this way. And crimp there. I'm going to crimp there. And there. And there's the connection. Got the seal. So I'm using these in as many places as I can on the truck to make sure that all this stuff can come apart if it has to, as easy as possible. So I'm going to go crimp. There it goes. Crimp there. Crimp there. Now I got a white and a black white stripe. I need to make sure put these together the same way. So I'm going to verify the direction that these lock together. White with black stripe is on my left. So then you just shove them in. So you hear them click, click, click. Pull your gaskets, seals up all the way. Might need a little help shoving these in. Different tool. There you go, that works better. It's funny how the right tool for the job always seems to work better. Alright, once those seals are in, lock it down. And here's my light harness for the backup lights. Alright, I am done wiring for today, and I am done wiring the interior. The interior is finished. And when I say finished, I mean finished. Seats are in, harnesses are in. We've already test fit both of us and got our harnesses adjusted. Center console, center stack, everything is hooked up. Locker, air lines for the lockers all hooked up. So we have our interior illumination. We throw the key on. Whoop. Ah, dang it, there we go. So all the switch panels. Switch panels are all live. We have a horn. We have rock lights. We have all the rock lights done on the truck. So there's 8 of them. 4 per side. There's the Raspberry Pi. We got right here, this is going to be the reverse lights, and this is the reverse light that's on the chase bar. Matter of fact, chase bar, functional. So everything turned out good. Very happy with this. Let me show you the other side. Right. On this side, got the Baofeng console mount 2-way radio there. That kind of not the ideal place for it, but it works out fine. Lisa already jumped in here, strapped all in, and it doesn't interfere with her legs or anything like that. It's easy for me to reach over the console and grab the handheld, so it's all good there. Shifters, hand throttle, my little storage armrest, very comfortable. Just super happy. This turned out amazing. And yeah, I got the spare tire is now back in the truck. Put a little cable on that with a padlock just so nobody could walk off with the tire. And did a little more work under the hood today. Got a new accordion hose for that. The old one was coming apart. And I went ahead and I took a chance and I pulled out the electric vacuum pump for the brake. So I'm going to, hopefully this braking system I can get dialed in a little better and won't have to rely on that electric vacuum pump. So I removed that just to kind of clean it up and make some space. So basically now I'm left with this corner right here, hooking up the 2 ignition wires, and the wiring for the fuel pump is up here. I just got to run that down back to the sending unit, and then just a little bit of wiring underneath the cab in the middle of the truck here that I just got to tie all that stuff together, and then we will basically be ready to fire it. So just have that wiring down there. Everything's just got to be hooked up and connected together, and that's a wrap. Alright, that's going to do it for this video, I think. We'll go ahead and end it there and get this posted. And I think in the next video, this thing will be probably running. All I have to do is, like I said, that little bit of wiring. And I definitely want to plumb the brakes. I don't want to try to start this thing and not have brakes, because one of the first things I'm going to have to do is run the transmission through all the gears, get the fluid flowing through everything. And I don't feel comfortable doing that without brakes. So I'll start plumbing the brakes and get all that done. So that's it for this one. Appreciate you watching. Give it a like. Hopefully you're subscribing. And if this is the first video you're seeing in this, go back, check out all the rest of the build videos and all the other stuff on the channel too. I'd greatly appreciate it. So that's it. That's a wrap. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.